stamping friends. It's Sherry Parker coming to you live on Wednesday, October 2nd. Can you believe it's October? I cannot even believe fall is here and Christmas will be here before you know it. It's just crazy to me how quickly time flies, especially the older I get. But thank you for joining me tonight. I do appreciate you, and I hope that you enjoy the projects that we make tonight. And as always, if you comment on or share this video, you'll have an opportunity to win one of the projects tonight. So anyway, I hope that you enjoy the cards I'm making tonight, because we're going to have a fun an easy easel card. And it's not really anything new, but super quick and fun, and I think you'll like it, especially for the holidays. But real quickly, before we get started, wanted to mention a couple of things. Stampin' Up! Announced a 30% off on all the kits that they offer, and most of them are online. So I would encourage you to go online at sherrythomas.stampinup.net and check out the kits. 30% off. Awesome sale. These are so easy to use. You don't have to be an avid stamper to reap the benefits. They're great. So check them out. And there's some new ones on there as well. Also, there is a starter kit special going on right now in the month of October. So you can join Stampin' Up! If you've ever thought about it. It'd be a great time to think, consider it seriously. $99 for the kit. It's a $155 value. So why not? If you purchase Stampin' Up! Products and you enjoy it and love it, be a part of my team. I would love to have you join me. So wanted to mention that. Hi, Sandy. I'm so glad that you could join me tonight. And also two quick things on events. So World Card Making Day is this Saturday. I think you can still register. I did get an email confirmation yesterday from Stampin' Up! It's a free event that Stampin' Up! Is offering. There's a link on my Facebook page so you can check it out if you're still interested. I think you can still register. But I also wanted to mention Susie and I are having Stamp Camp on October 19th. The registration deadline is this Saturday. So register while you can if you're still interested. 8:30 to 11:30 is the morning session, and then 12:30 to 3:30 is the afternoon session. It's $50. If you want envelopes, it's $55. 20 holiday cards. So really a good time. If you like to make your holiday cards, come join us and make some really pretty cards. Okay, so tonight we're going to make some easel cards. I'm going to turn my camera over and we'll get started. All right. Any of you who've known me for a long time, and Sandy, you're one of those people, you know that I've always sent out picture cards for the holidays. So here's just a smattering through the years. Like, look, this is 2007. Here's one from 2004, so 20 years ago when my girls were little. And I've always loved a picture card, but I like to incorporate stamping. Some years I've been lazier than others, and I haven't gone to so much trouble. But I have to say, you can create a really simple, fun holiday card with a picture with not a ton of time and effort. So this is my inspiration tonight, and we're going to go ahead and we'll show you the projects we're making tonight. So we are going to make an easel card. If you've ever seen an easel card, all it is basically a card with a little piece in the middle there that you can stand it up. So I went on a girls' trip this summer with some girlfriends, and I made these. You know, it's not really a picture in a frame, but it's something that you could set on your desk or something, and it's a nice reminder and fun. So for the holidays, to kind of bring back the holiday theme, I thought this year I would use our family picture. We went to Florida this summer, everybody, and make a real simple Christmas card using this picture and an easel format. So I will show you real quickly how to do that. And it's not hard at all. So you could just use your imagination. You could do anything. The second card I'm making is not a picture easel card, but it's an easel card using just your stamps and a card that you would want to display. So I'm starting with a half sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I folded it in half here. This is a horizontal card, so we're going to score it this direction. And then for the easel part, what you do is take a 1/4 sheet of cardstock, so that would be 5.5 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to score. So what I'll do, since this is going horizontally, just remember we're going to want that inside to be going that direction. So as I said, this is 4 1/4. So half of that would be 2 1/8. Use your math skills, right? We'll score it in the middle. And then on either side, we'll score it at 1 inch. So hopefully you can see that. The paper trimmer is a great tool to have. So I've got 3 score lines in there. I'm going to make a tent. So you'll fold it in half. And then on these other 1 inch scores, you're going to fold it up. So if you think of it kind of like a W, right? A tent. So what we'll do is adhere that to the middle of our card, and that's what makes it stand up. So really easy to do. I did go ahead and I put some of the tear tape in here, and you can use any adhesive you want, double-sided tape, or whatever adhesive you love. And then all you're gonna do is simply put your folds flush with the bottom of the card. So, do that. So then it stands up, okay? So the next thing we'll do is create the card. How simple is that? I've got a Night of Navy quarter sheet here. This is measuring 4 by 5 1/4. And I'll use my Stampin' Seal for this one. Whoops. We'll take that to the front of our card. And then this photo here, so I just got a bunch of prints from Shutterfly. They're 4 by 6. I trimmed it down so it measures 5 by 3 3/4. And then I will adhere that to the front of my card. See how simple that is? And I love it because, you know, obviously you can stand it up if you want. And then to finish it off, and I am making it a holiday card, I did go ahead and I used the die cuts from the Changing Leaves bundle, and I'm going to simply stamp the word a holiday greeting. And this is from the Peaceful Season. This is a new stamp set. I think I used some of these words last week, but there's a lot of great greetings in there in different shapes and sizes. So I like this real thin one. And I'll stamp that right in the middle. And then I will adhere it to my card front with dimensionals, of course. Hey, Tammy. I'll put it right here in the front. And then I'm going to make it Christmassy with the greeting, but then I thought I'd add a few starfish. Those are not Christmassy, but we are going to give them a little bit of sparkle with, guess what? Wink of Stella, right? I always use that. Just gives it a nice little sparkle. And we'll adhere this to the front, again with a mini Stampin' Dimensional to make it 3D. And then place it on our card. So I'll just kind of stick one in one corner and then the other one down here. And then the final touch, because it is the holidays and we want it to be kind of sparkly, I'm going to take some of our rhinestones and color them using the boho blue blends, because you can make any embellishment the color you want simply by coloring. So like if you take our rhinestones or anything that's like white, you can change the color and make them match. So I made them boho blue to match our card base, and I'm going to put a little rhinestone in the middle of each of my starfish. And there you go. And you could get fancier, you could add ribbon and everything, but if you were mass producing Christmas cards, you'd want to keep it simple, I would think, unless you have a ton of time that you want to spend on it. So really simple, and your recipient can prop it up like that, and there you go. How easy is that? So I will set that one aside, and we'll get started on the second card. This one is more of a cards. So sometimes I'll send cards to people and they'll say, oh, I loved your card. I didn't want to throw it away. My mom, for example, I think has saved every card I've ever sent her. So if you've created something that you feel, you know, is really pretty, and it could even be decor, like for example, this, why not? You can make it an easel card, and then somebody could actually just put it on their desk. And then you can even, on the back, have a message, a place where you can write a message. So I love this idea because depending on the season, you might just want something to brighten your desk at work or home or whatever. So this one is our next easel card that we'll make. And it's the same type of thing. We're taking a half sheet of cardstock. So in this case, I've cut it vertically. So you can see this is pretty peacock, and I've cut it in half vertically. I need to score it in the middle, which half of this 8.5 by 11 will be 5.5 on this side right here. So there is our card base. And then for the easel part, I've got a 1/4 sheet of cardstock again. So it's 5.5 by 4.25. And this time I'm going to actually score the opposite direction because this is a vertical card. So I will score it at half of the 5.5 is 2 3/4. All you math teachers that like to teach measurements, there you go. This is when this really does matter. I know people say, oh, you don't need to know that. Well, sometimes it comes in handy when you're making cards. I'm going to score at either side 1 inch. So in the middle and then 1 inch. And again, you're going to make your W. Although I think the way I have it, it looks more like an M. There you go. So, and for this one, we will go ahead and put our adhesive on our card. I think it's a little easier to put it on the actual card versus the tent part. It just seems like you have a little more stability. So then you'll just line up your fold to the edge of your card on both sides, like that. And then there you go. You've got a little easel. So to decorate this one, what I'm doing is I'm going to take a piece of basic beige. So you can see here, we've got basic beige cardstock, and it is 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to run it through the Leaf Fall embossing folder. So this is a great one for this time of year. Run it through our embossing folder. And then the impression looks like this when you're finished. So that is going to be the base of our card. And I'll put some adhesive on there and tack it down. Oh, it looks like I didn't trim this down very well, did I? Never fear, we can easily fix that. Just trim another 1/4 inch. Sometimes I think I've done that and I didn't. All right, we'll try that again. There you go. So there's our card base. We'll set that aside, and now to create really the interesting part of the card, I'm going to be using the Changing Leaves bundle. And today, actually, the bundle is available again. For several weeks, the embossing folder that coordinates with this has not been available. So when I was planning for this, I did not use it in the card since it wasn't available, but it actually became available today. So there you go. So with this bundle, there's this great stamp set, and then there's the dies, and then there's a hybrid embossing folder. So great product here, and I've used it a lot this fall. So what we'll do is we're going to stamp this leaf here using the large leaf from that stamp set. And Lost Lagoon is the ink pad we're going to use. So I will simply stamp it on a piece of scrap white paper here. I love this leaf and this color. I like these colors paired together. So you can see our leaf here. And then to cut it out, we will run it through the embossing die cut machine, and we will use this die here. Now we're not going to use all 3 leaves. We'll just line it up with this, the one that coordinates with this particular stamp, and then we'll run it through our embossing folder. So I will place it on here, and I'm going to use a piece of Post-it tape just to secure it so it doesn't slip when I run it through. And I'll place it in here. Both plates and then run it through. Just going to shake a little. Sorry for that. And then your finished product will look like this. So you've got your leaf and you cut it out, and that can be the focal point of your card, which I really like that. So before I adhere that to the card front, I am going to use this beautiful Country Woods Designer Series paper here with a this is a 2 3/8 inch circle pen. Just carve a little circle here. And this will just be a nice backdrop, and it adds some interest. This Designer Series paper is really pretty and really adds a lot to cards. So I'm going to use glue and just glue these elements on here. And then for the leaf, I will adhere that one with dimensions. So we'll just put this like so. I'll put one on each leaf petal and then peel them off. And we'll assemble the rest of the card. All right, it's finally feeling like fall here, so this card seems like appropriate time. So there is the front of the card, and now what I'm going to do is use other dies from the same die cut set. You can see them all here, and I've run each of those through in different colors. I've got the Pretty Peacock and Old Olive. And then all I'm going to do is just put a little dab of glue on each one, and I'm going to have them go they're all going to meet kind of in the middle, and I'll hide it with my my grading. So you'll see what I mean here in a minute. So they'll just kind of layer like this. And then I've got this little Old Olive piece here. I'm just making a little grouping, and they're all real interesting shapes. And I think they look really nice together, just like that. And then the final touch will be, we'll cover everything up with our grading. So I will go ahead and stamp using the Pretty Peacock ink from that same Changing Leaves stamp set. You are amazing in every single way. And we'll put that on the card front. Before I do that, I did pick out these embellishments. This is from our, it's called the Faux Glass Dots. This is in the Holiday Mini, and they've got all these really pretty fall colors, and I love this Old Olive glass dot. So we'll put one of those on either side here. And then last but not least, we will adhere it to the front of our card. It's super simple. And we'll just position it kind of right there where everything comes together and hides it. Hi, Ruth. Thanks for joining. And our last little touch will be to add some twine. I always love to add ribbons and bows and things. So I'll use a glue dot here and just add this Naturals twine. Just put it here on my stem, like so. So look how easy that is. And it's extra fun because it will just stand up. So someone could prop that on their desk, and it will be a nice reminder of you if you sent it to somebody, and also a nice little decoration. So that is it for our 2 cards tonight. I hope you enjoyed those. I love making holiday cards with photos. I love making easel cards to send to people just because it's a nice way to display your work. And I hope that maybe you'll try one of these yourself. Thank you again. Make sure you check out the website with all of the great kits on sale. And of course, the starter kit sale. If you're interested in becoming a demonstrator, let me know. Love to have you join our team. And I hope you have a really wonderful rest of your week. And happy October. And we'll be seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.